like to stick with the interest cost, like the man here that knows a lot about the effects of interest on people's livelihoods is Chris. And so I'm in the hard thing for a lot of people is they get caught in the trap of, well, can I even qualify for a mortgage right now? Or maybe I was, all the things of COVID and everything else had happened. So what's going on with just people's debt in general that is affecting the market and demand as well?
Well, thank you very much, guys, for having me here as well as part of this great panel. I know all of you guys and love you very much. So it's a true honor to be here. But I wanted to touch some things there with what Robert was saying. What is the best way to control your home payment, right? Your rental, your mortgage payment is to actually be a homeowner. Rentals are going up like there's no tomorrow. Inflation in that is crazy. I used to have an apartment in South Florida that was paying $2,500. The day that I moved out, I'm friends with the property manager. They rented that apartment for $4,300.
Holy
Same
cow.
apartment. So imagine so people playing the sidelines is because they're scared. They're fearful. They're fearful because they're not getting the right information out there. Many people are telling them, you cannot get this, you cannot do this. And there's no education on how they can achieve this. This is why I believe we're doing this panel to create education, create knowledge that people can really do this and not waste money on renting, because there's so many people that will just rent, and they have nothing to show for, So I think that's a big thing. We need to get these clients out of the sidelines, and the way to do so is with education. But talking now about the debt, Will, that you were saying, debt right now in the last quarter has increased by $52 billion. October,
That's just
November,
in the US.
December, in the US.
Just in the US, just in the last quarter, not over all of 2021, just in the last quarter, $52 billion over 350 million people.
$52 billion. So it is so crazy to know that, because also 30% of your credit score is based upon debt that you owe. And most of it is credit card debt. So we're digging ourselves into the hole, and this is why we cannot buy. This is why we're not taking advantage of these great opportunities, because we're being told, go and purchase. Now, the individuals that are very wise with their money and credit are the ones capitalizing, or the people that have the right team behind them are the ones capitalizing. They have the right taxes, right? So they're not just sandbagging their taxes, they're capitalizing. People that are saving money, capitalizing. And I'll tell you this, why am I telling you this? Right now, what Phil Stevenson was saying about the credit scores, right? The 33-year-olds, 30 to 35-year-olds, the average credit score between someone that's 30 to 39 is 673, the average credit score. Average credit score for people that are 40 to 49, 684. Average credit score between 50 to 59-year-olds, 706. You want to know right now what is the average credit score in America right now? It's the highest that it's ever been. I've never seen something like this. It is 711 right now, the average credit score in America. We're seeing in our firm more 800 credit score files that we have ever seen, ever. So, but I think also it's a case that these clients that we have are highly educated, and they're preparing themselves to capitalize. Every single client that I have coming into my firm, they're people that are very intellectual. They got their things, all their ducks in order, saying, I want to get back into the housing market. I want to go and buy more. I'm not seeing this people with big money being shy about it. You know how they say when things are too good, a lot of people shy away from it? No, these individuals want more and more and more, because they know that others are not capturing this big opportunity, because they see how their properties have increased. They have seen how these investment properties, when they rent them, they Airbnb them, they're making money out of it. So it's a thing that a lot of our clients here, right? The demographic is the Hispanic, African American. They're not gaining too much ground because of all these clients coming from the northern states, right? Right now, the state that has the highest credit score is 739. You're talking about the Wisconsin, the New York, the Boston people. So all these professionals with this high credit score, high net worth, all the financials and everything, they're coming down here to South Florida and grabbing everything because they're prepared.
Well, and that goes, we could probably do a whole other segment just on, the state of financial education and how people get caught in kind of these debt cycles and, personal things. But I think it's very important to stress that that first point that you made, the only way to lock in your housing payment is to own your house. And even then you're going to have taxes and insurance and stuff like that will fluctuate. But, going from $2,500 a month in housing payments to $4,000 a month in housing payment, like that can wreck somebody. And if you're continuing to rack up debt and you're not understanding how all of these things work, that's going to be a big hindrance on your overall financial well-being. And we're seeing that. We see a lot of that in social media, I think, and people coming out and complaining. And you look deeper into it and you just understand that, unfortunately, it's not taught in the school system. If your parents didn't understand that, who were you going to learn it from? And to your point, Chris, I think that's part of the reason that we're having this conversation. So with all of that outlook that we've talked about, like we don't see the market fundamentals driving any kind of bust anytime soon. Interest rates are likely going to go up. There's greater competition for the limited number of properties there are with people who were better financially educated.
Yes.
And that we could also throw in there too, like people coming from New York or from the West Coast, with remote work and everything else, they're able to move into these areas where they had very high incomes because of the cost of living there. But now they can come in and buy in areas where cost of living wasn't so high. And so that competition is just wrecking people. And like you said, it causes a lot of disparity and economic disparity as well. But the only thing that's going to change that is educating people to make them more aware of how these systems work and helping them to make other choices and sacrifices too.